Oh, Tali, I love you too. Let her ship.
Oh, I just wanted to point people to the house. White belts are us. We have fun here. There's lots of back and forth about the named themes, and I'm posting our Discord to the chat. A lot of the Rich doesn't go anywhere because he doesn't fit.
No one likes it there.
Actually, people post articles all the time about a lot of the conversations that end up here start over there.
Wait, Monica's speaks about North American hate.
So fucking retarded.
Hey, my man, wild as hell.
Fair warning, free speech. We don't report, we don't know.
In front of us, boy. They on his ass. Oh, slow down, bro. Let him get him. We gotta slow down. We can't go.
What you're witnessing is autism.
Only in the rack, y'all. Only in the rack.
Mr. President, I'd like to teach you how to say "Let's make America great again" in Spanish. So, vamos a hacer América grande otra vez.
America grande otra vez.
Mr. President, I'd like to teach you how to say "Let's make."
Oh no, I got Ethan's.
Those that are godless and soulless. Are you serious? My argument to claim. Why do you think that's Camilla? What's that?
Godless people are soulless?
Yeah, they're empty vessels. That they claim yeah, like people that are enlightened like me. Are down in your life. For example, a what happened to him?
2,000 years ago, during the sacred week, the living Son of God entered.
Yeah, you just seen what happened on stage.
I did see what happened on stage, but I'm still not quite convinced. I'm getting there, but can you push it over the edge? Can you motivate it?
Wait, I've got an idea for how to motivate it. Bob, do you have a soul?
What's a soul? There you go. What's a soul?
No, not asking you, Dominic. Asking Bob. Bob, do you have
Bob laughed at you. Bob laughed at you.
No, he didn't.
Dominique for the past.
I just need Bob to answer real quick.
Yo, I got a question for you.
Guys, can we let Ethan cook?
Wait.
Let him cook!
Wait, Samoa, are they godless because they don't have a soul, right? Or is it like, what's the reverse? Or they don't have a soul because, are they godless because they don't have a soul?
Are they soulless because they don't have a God?
Yeah, exactly.
They are soulless because they don't have a God.
So are they justified then in not having a God?
Of course.
Okay, so they're just doing what they do, right?
Right.
They're doing their
Simone, right? Simone, please. They're doing their work.
There you go.
So this is why you didn't care. Is this why you don't care about truth? I mean, you don't take any of the scriptures.
What do you mean, Andrew?
Do you care about proselytizing and defending the faith, contending for the faith?
No.
No. Okay. So why not?
It's just not an interest of mine. I think that when people get into these type of quarrels, it's healthy for them in some way or another. But as we just seen what happened to Bob, it could become very destructive. And sometimes you have to be measured in the engagement. So.
Yeah, but wait. If somebody comes up to you and says, Simone, why do you believe in God? What's the reason you give? I think that's a very fair question.
Because I want to.
Yeah.
Because I do.
He said, shit, I might be. And then he did the little sound over there, the zoo.
Just trying to make this point over and over is like, what you value and your family structure growing up is obviously going to affect your life more than whether people are racist to you. Like if your family loves you and that you value education and hard work, you think that some racists are going to stop you? Like they'll only stop you if they murder you. You know what I mean?
Digestion to consciousness.
Which has happened in history.
Yeah, so I think you raised some challenging points here, right? It's not easy to know how to attribute, or how to explain, I guess, some of the issues you're highlighting, some of the community challenges you're highlighting. You probably can't explain them all explanation people like to use, probably not helpful, is that it's just due to people's ethnicity, more or less. And then, okay, if you seek for something else, then that's at least difficult. You know, it's more difficult than either of those explanations. So I think that's a challenge, for sure. But it's one of many challenging topics with the issue that you've raised. You know.
When I go into black spaces on this app and say, hey, no, what would probably be the most helpful thing in the world is if we we got black people a bunch of skills, we put federal money into jobs training for becoming
Flora!
a chemist and a accountant.
Don't worry, Flora.
Salesman,
I don't have recordings of your voice.
That's gonna be the most helpful thing. And then they're like, no, absolutely not. That's not the most helpful thing. Actually, it's bro, why do you not think that people will pay you money if you have skills? I don't care how racist they are. They're not gonna people will pay for your sake. Jews have known throughout history, we can be hated, but if we make a good deal, you'll take it.
Yeah.
They get hella mad when you think that maybe skill acquisition is important.
Well,
Is that
yeah,
Mr.?
No matter what we do, it's taken away from us. This kind of thing has happened to the Jews as well, right?
Sam, somebody's streaming me in another room.
What do you mean streaming?
It's this guy, Doge.
In another room,
this video.
Someone's recording, yes, someone's recording this right now.
Oh no, I'm busted!
Can you guess who it is?
Oh, they busted me.
I don't know. No.
Well, I mean, you don't know who Adrian Dittman is?
No.
Okay, he's Doge MAGA down in the audience.
Oh, okay.
Kick that guy. Don't do that. Don't do that, Adrian. Just kick him. Just kick him.
Okay.
Kick him. Just kick him.
Get out of here, Adrian. Knock that shit off. What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, so boring.
Your empire. And now the empire has lasted 250 years and it is on its downfall. That's just weird.
Where's Mondo? Did he get kicked off again?
Oh, mister, you ruined all my fun, mister. Oh, you're such a trickster, mister. Good job, mister. What a waste of time.
A little spaz out this morning with talking about
We used to go to Dallas quite a bit.
You know
we
what?
were right there in Texas.
I find that quite interesting and funny. Mondo being this heavy Christian and believing in God, God doesn't really have his back.
Of it to you, the way you understand things.
God has my back.
Yeah, so I think I have to accept what you're saying to be truthful, right?
Correct.
And I think I can control that.
Okay, but it's not that you can control it. I'm saying when something makes sense to you, the make sense bell goes off, ding, it makes sense. Did you decide that it makes sense? Did you choose that it makes sense? Or did
I think that it just makes sense.
Exactly. So if you're convinced of something that makes sense, it's not by choice, right?
Yeah, so I think it's a little more complicated than that. So, for example, you bring up something, let's use your chess analogy, right?
Okay.
You say, hey, you can do this here or do that there. I can either stop at the very moment and be convinced that this is the best possible move, or I can keep searching for a better move.
Correct.
And if I were to find a better move, I chose not to address what you just pointed out.
No, that's fine. But look, you choosing to move forward has nothing to do with you being convinced. I'm saying, when you have become convinced have you ever become convinced of a thing?
By going through that process I just described.
Well, regardless of the process, at one moment you were not, and then at one moment you were convinced.
Yeah, I go through a process.
Did you choose to be convinced, or did it just happen?
Yeah, so I made a lot of choices before I got to that point.
Perfect, but it just happened after the choices, right?
It's a result of my choices, yeah.
Correct, but no. Well, what do you mean by your choices? Are you saying that you chose to be convinced, or the actions that led up to that moment allowed you to realize something that you didn't once realize?
Yeah, the inquiry in itself is what I've chosen. The outcome of
That's
it
fine.
is what
Look, that's fine. I'm talking about what the idea of the concept of being convinced of a thing, right? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I don't know how else to say it. So that's the outcome of all the choices that I made to be convinced. Like it's 2 plus 2. The answer would be the convincing.
No. Look. Okay. Can I convince you that the sky is red?
Damn, they kicked me. And apparently Chillism has like a no kicking policy, so I'm the exception, apparently. And as you can tell, this is the song that never ends, and it's the stupidest shit you've ever heard in your life. But they just keep going.
Like already mad, you know. The local girls were like always coming on base with us, so they were like kind of jealous already. And then one of my homeboys, I didn't even know he was at the center of this shit. He goes and starts like talking to the other dude, and I guess he had his like. I guess he was doing something weird with his hands, and dude thought he was making a fist. So dude, like, just punched him. Dude was, like, mad drunk.
In the history of mankind.
Because he's like, he had seen him looking
Adrian
at him.
Dittman's back. Welcome, Adrian Dittman. Just kidding. I say welcome. I mean, welcome.
They're kicking me. Everybody's kicking me now. I wonder why. Why doesn't anyone want to have me in the room?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Are you here to
Rabbi, why does everybody want to kick me from the room? Every single room I'm going in, I'm getting kicked. Why? They keep saying I'm recording the room. My name is Adrian Dittman, and nobody likes me. Why? What are they talking about that's so important?
I don't know what to put there. All I can tell you is, I would like to talk to you, man. I don't care if you record the room.
Yeah, who cares?
It's just impossible to have a conversation with you.
Really? What's so impossible about it? What are you talking about?
Like, it's impossible to have a conversation with you around, so I have to move you to the audience. How are you doing?
How was the gym, Fatty?
It was good. I had a good workout.
Yeah? What was her name?
The gym. I broke a sweat. When was the last time you broke a sweat? When was the last time you broke a sweat?
This morning, actually.
Really? What do you do? What do you?
I have a full home gym squat rack.
Oh, so you're in great shape.
Not as good as I could be, but.
Well, no one's ever as good as they could be. There's just now.
This is true.
You're always thinking about the future. You're like somebody who's obsessed with the Holocaust hypnosis. Yeah, Holocaustianity.
Oh my god, you guys are so gay. It's impossible to have a room where we can have a discussion.
What do you mean? He's always talking about the J
What do you
words.
want to talk about?
I want to talk about the uncaused cause and Edwin's love handles.
Oh my god. Simone. Where's Simone?
You can't handle all the love, the agape.
Where's
I
Simone?
don't know what Simone is. He hasn't been online. Well, I don't know because I can't. I got banned. I don't follow him.
Have you a Carson blog?
No. Oh, but I didn't follow him, did I?
I have no idea.
That's what happens when you get banned. Let me
Well,
find.
that's right.
Oh, you follow Mr. Edwards. Oh my god. Oh my god.
They kicked me from the Chillism room like 3 times today. Yesterday
This
they
guy's
kicked
always in some
6 of my
interesting room,
accounts.
so like, I give in.
I've never been.
There's nothing interesting, honest to God. There are no interesting rooms. This is just a way to waste your time
There's
because
just a bunch
I'm
of
lazy.
black queens arguing because they're unemployed. Like, there's just, I don't know. It's crazy.
I had a room yesterday called "Why Are There So Many Black Men and Women on This App During Work Hours?"
Really?
Yeah, I mean, why? Like, how is that possible? How can people be in the chillism room for 3 to 4 years, 7 days a week, literally 18 hours a day?
Maybe you're projecting a little bit. How is it?
No, it's an accurate assessment. Listen, it may be projection, but it's still accurate.
That's right.
I admit I'm my own worst enemy, but like, if I'm my own worst enemy, how could there be so many people who are capable of being their own worst enemy just like me? It's impossible. So what? How do they support themselves?
Unless you are being paid to be here.
Well, I am being paid to be here, but I'm not being paid directly to be here. I'm not being paid. I'm not being compensated to create recordings here on YouTube, obviously.
Mossad's not paying.
Yo, wouldn't that be nice if Mossad had a nice checking account for me in Tel Aviv, and they're like, "You're doing great work for the Jewish Empire, the Jewish Kingdom. You're doing great work for the Jewish Kingdom. Oh yeah, every Jew is so proud of you for debating J haters."
Followings, they would pay you actually. There's actually someone like leaked a spreadsheet.
Excel, yeah.
Where they were showing like the amount of followers.
Yeah.
How much they pay you.
Well, I saw Kamala Harris's list leak of all the influencers that she hired for her campaign, and they were also paid to shit on Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who just came out today saying that.
Fuck Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Fuck him.
Yeah, because he's bad for business.
Yeah, but
what were you about to say?
That he just had a press conference and he was talking about autism rates in young people, and he said California, 1 in 10 people are autistic because they have the highest vaccination rate in the entire country. So if you raise a child in California, you have like a 1 in 10, you have a 10% chance that your child is going to be autistic because of the vaccine regimen.
So he is saying that there is a vaccination and autism.
Yeah, cause and effect.
In my
ethno-state.
In my geographic area, it's 16%.
I live in an ethno-state.
That's right.
I love what
That's
you
right.
said.
Yeah, but I mean, like, a lot of that stuff
where the metal. No, bro, it's the water.
So what? But why do you like? Like honestly, I would like to have other kids be put at a disadvantage relative to my kids. So if other people have autistic kids because they vaccinate them, that's good.
I'll been like a true Jew. Yeah, but then they're gonna have like Down syndrome.
But then
Rana is the full embodiment of if you can't beat them, join them, right? You get evicted from Islam by the Jews, and I just wants to be like them.
Yeah, but why would I want your kids to compete with my kid?
Yeah, but then your young boy is gonna have to partner with
compete with mine.
But then your boy is gonna have to have a child with a girl with Downs.
That's not true.
I mean, you're not gonna have anybody in the pool. You're not gonna have enough in the pool. It's not competing directly, especially when we're talking about the other sex.
We can have a community of those who are not vaccinated. But I want the majority to be vaccinated. Now your kid turns out to be retarded. That's good. And that makes my kid's life easier.
Yeah, but that doesn't make your kid's life easier if he's a male and there's like a shortage of marriageable females. And his autism is more likely. I've never met an autistic girl. Autism is
get your wife from abroad, man. Why can't you get your wife from abroad? Why can't you migrate?
Yeah, I'm going to Poland.
Why can't you do all these things?
I mean,
bro. I lived in 3 countries.
Of course, country wants to go to that's no state of Europe.
Yeah, I am. I think I'm actually, maybe not this summer, but next summer. I swear to God, if I don't have a decent wife or kid by then, I'm going to Poland.
You're like the American Paul the Black Group. Have you ever seen that? No, he's literally the guy's called Paul the Black Group. If you don't see it.
Yeah, I've seen that. I know what you're talking about. Pretty interesting. Yeah.
Indian bitches or whatever country you goes to, like it's.
Yeah.
This guy making babies, dude. Just imagine
like,
that.
this literally, like, this is what this fucking guy is. He loves Indian bitches, right? Like, wasn't it some Indian doctor or some shit you were trying to pull?
Yeah, I was dating this Indian doctor.
He's like the American Paul the Black Group. This motherfucker. And without a following.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of we need to get real, and there's a lot of false and fake altruism.
Like you and I both know you don't.
You're the fucking ultimate word.
Because you and I both know that you don't care about other people's kids. Stop acting like you do. I don't care about their kids.
I don't advocate for the kids to like be fucked up so my kids can have it easier.
Why not?
I don't know. It doesn't sound like a good idea. Plus, my kids are gonna be like made out of sterner stuff to where they're gonna be able to compete. I don't need no participation trophy.
Okay, but you don't want to push them forward in every. Isn't that their job? Is to make sure you push them forward in every possibility.
Yeah, but you're not making them stronger for the world.
You can wish people well.
I want to make them as strong.
It's a different thing to wish them.
I want to make their competition. Oh my God, I want to make that.
It's not good enough that I win. Randy, it's not good enough that I win.
No, like if you want to build a tall building, your way to do that is not to make all the other buildings smaller. It's just to build the tallest building.
If you want to have the tallest building, you seek to build the tallest building. Meanwhile, you inhibit others from building tall buildings.
Yeah, that's
why you maximize the likelihood of you ending up with the tallest building.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
No, that's not bullshit.
No, it's not real then. It's not real then.
It is real because
he's like a modern day Tanya Harding, man. Just like have your boyfriend like just fucking hobble the chick, man. Then when your gold medal.
I'm just saying that I agree with you when you say that it's your job to teach your kid to be the most competitive and to be good and to be able to overachieve and all. I'm with you. However, I'm saying to ensure that he has a proper status in life, let us now inhibit.
It is not enough that my child shall win, your child must lose.
But there's no winning and losing. Things are relative. The more your kid loses, the more.
It's not that my child must win, your child must suffer.
No, but the more your child suffers, the less my child suffers.
That's right. I know. That's what the fuck I'm saying.
We all suffer in life. So the question is, who's gonna suffer? Is it gonna be my kid or is it gonna be yours? I would choose yours any day.
What if your kid suffers more than the kid that you want to suffer? Because you have to live in there.
Vaccinate them. No. I'm trying to make your kids more autistic so that your kid can compete with mine. Now my kid can suffer due to other reasons. My job is to
Randy, how can they be busy little consumers that you can profit from if you make them autistic? Autistic kids just sit and watch YouTube on their iPads, bro.
He does got a point there.
Let's say
that's not very profitable. That's not very profitable.
Let's say for natural causes.
You only get to buy a new iPad for 3 years or so.
My God, can you hear me or like? Can you guys hear me or?
It's not very profitable. It's against your other ethic.
What I'm telling you is, imagine your kid, for natural reasons, turning out to be retarded. Wouldn't he be better off if other kids are also retarded? Or do you think he'll be better off if he's the only one who wins? In other words,
this is like the same Republican argument. I mean, it's always the same stupid inversion with you, which is just a waste of time. I mean, if you want to have an interesting conversation, this is not interesting.
No, it is. Because if you have accessibility, okay, wheelchair accessibility to schools. If your kid is on a wheelchair, but there's no wheelchair accessibility, now your kid doesn't go to school, other kids do. Now, if all other kids are on wheelchairs, now no one goes to school. Therefore, yes, my child doesn't benefit, but relatively he remains unharmed.
Yeah, but you keep on using that, you're not using that analogy though. You're using the analogy that you are basically hobbling the other kids and putting them in wheelchairs. It's a much different thing.
Yes, because what if my kid turns out to be in a wheelchair? I would rather have other kids also be in a wheelchair.
Get a wheelchair with them aggressive angles so you can play basketball in them.
That's dark. You're making fun of wheelchair people.
No, hey, you ain't never seen wheelchair basketball? This shit's impressive, man.
I think it's hilarious, but I think it's
they go fast, man. They go real fast.
Yeah,
they're made for speed, man. They're built for speed.
ensure that other kids are worse off. Simply, this is what it is. I'm saying.
Well, have you seen the movie Gattaca? It's genetics versus willpower.
Imagine a world where we have one pizza. We cannot have more pizzas. Fewer slices for your kid is more slices for my kid. We can't have more pizzas.
See, listen, that's not even, this is stupid. But the point is, in the movie Gattaca, it's willpower over genetics. And in the end, willpower beats out the premium genetics. So, what I'm trying to say is, these aren't...
Are you saying if your kid is on a wheelchair, all he has to do is will to walk?
No. What I'm saying is these mRNA vaccines, which are technically editing genetics for young people and causing biological breakdowns, hence autism and other syndromes and diseases as a result, the surprise deaths, or the, what's it called, the adverse reaction, but what's the outlier called? What is it? It's the unattributed deaths that are statistically significant beyond the average from like the past 20 years, 40 years. Like all these outliers of people that have gotten the ZAV are suffering at a 5% higher rate. So anyways, it's all out there in the media. Everybody knows that that big pharma and their platform medicine and genetic editing is causing serious medical problems, killing people, heart disease, so this has been going on for years. So the point is, if everybody's sick, but my kid didn't get the ZAV because I homeschooled him and refused to, have a hospital ZAV him, I hired like a midwife or something, my kid will thrive, but your kid will die prematurely. But it doesn't necessarily mean that's good for my kid. You have to have a network for economic purposes.
If I'm not talking about that, when it comes to that, you're right. Okay, because what happened here? Nothing. Just there's fewer other kids. Well, actually, I can say that benefits my kid in the sense that there's less competition out there. If he were to occupy the same position, more time for him. If that kid who died was destined to clean toilets, then his life of existence doesn't benefit my child. I'm not saying in case of that.
Died, he'll have to clean his own toilets.
Yeah, but exactly. That's why I'm saying it. So when it comes to that, that's a separate story. I'm not saying all the kids should die. I'm just saying that they should live. Yeah, they should be at a disadvantage relative to my kid. Now, how do you do that? You maximize the possibility of success for your child by pushing his life forward and by pushing their life backwards, not ending their life, just pushing it backwards. For example, private school, public school. I want your kids to go to public school. I don't want them to go to private school.
What is your point? What's your point in all this? Because I can't do this much longer. We're getting really stupid.
It's very. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You need to gatekeep. So we have private schools. Private schools are accessible for those who can afford them. But they exist. Okay, now that I can afford a private school, I want to make sure you can. Because now you have to send your kid to a public school where he gets molested and brainwashed. And now
That's why I say this is the same Republican shtick. This is the same comedy routine you do every time.
How?
You go back to the song that never ends. It's the same song with you every time. It's not even new original content. This is just regurgitated content. I heard this 3 years ago. I heard this 2 years ago. I heard this 30 minutes ago. It's the same shit every time with you. All right, listen, I got to go to the shawarma factory and pick up some kanafa. I'll be back.
I simply don't see how I'm wrong, though. Like, that's what's missing here.
No, you're never wrong. You're always, listen, your routine is your routine, but it doesn't mean it's wrong. I'm just saying it's your routine.
That's why you get paid, because there's no conversation.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's beneficial. Gatekeeping is beneficial. Otherwise people wouldn't do it.
Well, what an interesting word, man. Shawarma.
Shawarma.
Way to go. Ignore everything I'm telling you. Ignore that gatekeeping is a concept. Ignore it.
No. I understand gatekeeping.
So why does gatekeeping exist? Why do you think gatekeeping exists?
exists for a reason, man.
No, gatekeeping exists exactly for the reason.
Yeah, but the velvet rope is the same concept though. In a nightclub, like you keep the riffraff out. Sometimes it's exclusivity. There's a lot of like psychological things in it as well.
It's not just that. Like Ivy League schools, I don't want everyone to be able to go. Ivy League schools. If I go to an Ivy League, my kid can go to an Ivy League.
That's pretty much done now, though. With all the participation trophy bullshit that they've done.
I don't know that. I don't know if it is or not. But regardless,
I mean, if you go to certain disciplines, then absolutely you would still have the same deal. But if you're getting an English degree from an Ivy League school, I'm like just looking at you funny.
Our city and our nation needs healing.
My point. I'm telling you, it is very well gate kept. I don't want you to focus on whether they do it or not, or they did it or not. I'm telling you, it was a thing. We can admit to that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but there's a reason why gatekeeping happens.
Yeah, and I just said like two things, but I said there's a myriad of other reasons why. Sometimes it makes you be paying.
It does boil down to me. When it comes to Ivy League, if you graduate from Ivy League schools, companies, they are the ones who reach out to you to hire you.
Yeah, I mean, but
it's the same thing. It doesn't matter any university you go to.
If you're already a legacy, Rabbi, if you're already a legacy, though, you already got a leg up, so you already have those connections that the Ivy League allegedly would give you anyway. And
No,
like,
they won't. There's no way you could because
if your dad's name is on a fucking building on an Ivy League school, you have all those connections already. I'm sorry, you just do.
Correct. However, if you're in that situation, you don't want to be hired to begin with. What I'm trying to tell you is, most of those people who go to Ivy League schools, they don't have their dad's name on the building. There's not that many buildings.
Yeah, but the legacies make up like what 30-some% of the admissions. They make up a large chunk of admissions. Newcomers is a very small amount, man. You and I are outsiders. You're gonna be viewed like Trump is.
I'm just giving it as an example. That's not getting.
I'm just saying, like, even you being, say, you or I as outsiders, right, to this small circle. If you're a certain type of outsider, even if you go to the Ivy League, it's not gonna help you with certain types. That's why Trump is looked at.
I'm telling you, Ivy Leagues are gate kept. And the reason they are is because when we graduate from them, companies, Facebook comes to me so that they hire me, not the other way around. Okay, so it is gate kept for that reason. I want my kid to benefit. I don't want your kid to benefit. Your kid shouldn't come to Ivy League. My kid should go to Ivy League. There's a reason why it's gate kept. Gatekeeping exists solely for that reason that I'm telling you. I want to secure future benefit.
And my kid's gonna be a plumber.
Whatever your kid might be, I just want to secure future benefit for my child. And that does include preventing your child from getting access to that opportunity. It's gatekeeping. It's a thing. And the proof to what I'm saying is that gatekeeping is a thing. Yes, you do increase the likelihood of your kid being successful by reducing the likelihood of other kids being successful. Fact. It doesn't have to sound good. It's just simply true.
Or you can get them work ethic and get them in the right place where people don't want to do certain stuff, and that there's money in the niches.
Work ethic is for the slaves. Then you're gonna end up like a tap dancing Protestant working from like 8 to 4.
Well, but I'm not saying just work harder and not smarter. I'm like, yes, you're supposed to work harder and smarter, but you should work smart first. So if you work at the wrong thing, then you set yourself up to be wage slave, as you will put it, right?
I would rather not work and have the hard workers and the smart workers work for me.
I mean, that's a preference. That's a preference, but most people would rather. Most young kids want to be influencers, but ask them if they want to influence, and they can't tell you. I mean, that's not work. That's not work.
Very debatable. I would rather not join a bank and be a whatever you call it, like a freaking receptionist. And 10 years, then I become manager. No, I would rather become manager the moment I set foot in the place. I would rather do that. So yeah, I mean, I'm pushing my kid tens and tens and tens of years ahead by pushing your kid tens of years behind. I am doing.
Yeah, but you're still gonna instill like a certain level of work ethic in them, like when they're in their studying and stuff like that.
Fuck no, I'm gonna teach my kids to cheat on exams. If you can cheat on an exam and you choose not to cheat, you're doing it.
Then if they get found out to not know anything, what then? They get fired.
It doesn't matter. The richest people I know are the ones who were the worst at school. Like I was good at school.
Well, I mean, like I know C students that didn't apply themselves. In fact, I was like kind of a middle of the pack kind of guy, right? But I could apply myself if I wanted to. But there's plenty of wealthy people that are like that. But they didn't see the value in it. And it's not like, oh, I don't work hard. Yeah, like, depends on what it is that I work hard for. I'm not just like slaving away at everything that I do. Some things don't require that much effort. You know what I'm saying? Like you pick your battles, man.
And you pick your battles, but I don't think you have to say $10.
No, but I'm around. I'm around very, very well end of it. In those circles, you say $10 million. I know people that have $10 million way over that. I'm saying but how do you know terms there? And I understand the military, but it's still a lot of money in the scheme of things. You have $2 million as a retiree, you would be set to retire.
Когда ты вежливо спросил, обогнуто ногами, когда паришься без сил, а соседу чужими, когда тебе тем слово дал, и решил о нем забыть, когда ты не голосовал, но виски начал шмалить, когда это остановили, чем у тебя несет, когда по телеку не было, ты начал чё почём, когда хочешь по закону, но закон тебя и я начинаю
The reason why things are gate cap. Some people are in very high positions, making $500,000 like their salary is $500,000 a year. These people exist and they're very incompetent. And the only reason they're there is because things are well gate capped. And that's exactly what I mean.
As young as 10 are getting combat ready. He's fighting with Russia drags on. Secret military camps across the country are teaching kids the art of war, including how to shoot pistols, rifles, and even machine guns. In Ukraine, kids as young as 10 are getting combat ready. He's fighting with Russia drags on. Secret military.
Probably not on the app.
Yeah, he's usually speaking. If he's on the app, he's probably sleeping. Would you not want your kid to make $500,000 a year for not doing anything or knowing anything? Like, I would love that.
I don't know. What does it profit the man to gain the world and lose his soul?
How are you losing your soul if you're just occupying a position that you're incompetent, but it doesn't matter?
It's got to be more than money, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, purpose is like the most important thing. Yes, you want the finances and all that stuff, but like you have to be careful about that because I understand like if my kid was to do something that didn't really make any matter to anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I know you didn't say that. I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm just adding a caveat.
Close your eyes and imagine this with me. Your kid makes $500,000 a year. $500,000 doesn't come with any job. That's a pretty hefty job. So what do you want? Other than the money, what do you want? Social status, but you got it. Team's working under you, but you got it. You're incompetent, that's fine. They're the ones working, you got it. Like, what do you want? What is there something that you want that you don't have?
Yeah, but lack of confidence kind of goes against, like, I guess the core of myself.
Incompetent. Every single boss that I had was incompetent.
I'm not disagreeing with you, especially in large organizations. They tend to like kind of get a lot of those guys, like the middle managers and all that stuff. Even some upper level.
Why are you still here?
I don't want to be incompetent doing things or be known for that. Like, because, like, listen to the sentiment that you're talking about these people with. You don't value them.
I've never been
I actually believe, founded, being able to, like, impress upon other people that you're around, like, certain things or whatever, and set certain examples. And, like, I wouldn't want anybody to ever talk about me this way.
I delivered the food, it was warm, everything was happy. I'm just relaxing, I'm just waiting.
Well, I don't know if you admire them as much as their position.
How you doing? Thank you for coming. First off, I just want to say, like, one of my core values as a Christian and as a man is stand firm in what you believe in. 2021, I enlisted into the military. As far as I know, for your service. As far as I know, it's the only trainee in that organization. In Georgia,
because I know a lot of boomers that tripped and fell into, like, situation, but they pulled the ladder up so their kids can't even have the same stuff.
No, I get that. I mean, the boomers, let's take the boomers out of the equation because these guys are like special, like that. Things like that were more pronounced. Incompetence and things. That's more pronounced. But I'm talking about today, like someone who's 35 years old. It's not uncommon to find a 35-year-old in a very high position. He's super incompetent, but he's only there for certain reasons that have nothing to do with his skill set or his ability to provide. That guy, is he to be admired or not? I think he is. I do think he is. Like, for example, okay, how about this? I don't know what the title is.
עכשיו ברור לנו שהמלחמה האמיתית היא בין סין לארצות הברית. רואים את המלחמה. השאלה, מה שמעניין אותנו איפה אנחנו
Press secretary.
Exactly, how old is she? What do you think?
אני לא בטוח
she's like
NTSB is active to late 20s. 11 aviation incidents. Can you give us an update? I know, Mr. Secretary, the data suggests that it is safe to try in the plane.
I think she is confident, though, in what she does. I don't know what level, like, cause like the last one that he had, Kayleigh McEnany, superb.
But that's my point, man. Okay, what about not Obama? What about the Biden one? That's black lady.
Oh, she's terrible. Absolutely.
She's terrible. Okay, fine.
Worse than Jen Yeah, but the reason why they hired her is because she was like a lesbian of color. Don't lie.
She is to be admired. She is someone who is so unfit. Yet she made a shit ton of money. She made a shit ton of money and she got the position that you've been working your entire life. You're an asshole.
So right. Like, especially like, maybe it's the cultural piece that's in me or whatever. Like with the background, like knowing about like certain histories. The last thing I would ever want to be is an incompetent black person in a position, a prominent position. That is the last fucking thing. That would disrespect like my grandfathers and those that came before as well.
We have a tradition in this country.
Because of all the shit they had to go through to show people that they were worthy of the things that they received.
That's a matter of perspective, though. That's why I told you. this way. What if I tell you this? What if I tell you it's the opposite? It's the opposite. Because your great-great-great-grandfather and all our ancestors had hardships, but if your great-great-great-grandfather was a slave, he worked his ass off and got nothing. And then after that, he worked his ass off to show people that he can be something. Okay, you don't have to work your ass off, yet you are above all else. Isn't that the biggest fuck you?
Well, I mean, I think the way you frame it, I wouldn't frame it like that, but I understand what you're going for now. But I do stand on the shoulders of giants, and the generation before makes it easier for the next generation to let them grow.
Stand up.
Well, no,
Stand up for your rights.
Yeah, I like what you're saying.
No, but I'm saying that's what the grand pie in the sky thing is. That a lot of people say, but they don't necessarily do it. I understand that.
Man, don't tell me.
Yeah, I can that.
Yeah, so like, you know, it should get easier for the next generation or whatever. There should be a higher foundation or whatever or something like that, so everybody's not starting in on the ground floor, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you have everybody just start over constantly, over and over again? Doesn't make any sense.
I never said that I want people to start over, but what I'm saying is,
no, but there's several generations I can point in the United States where that happens.
The great people are born great, and if you don't have to do anything to become great, you are great already.
I don't know about that, man. Because like there's several things.
I would love to get the best job out there.
No, but there's several.
Everyone who is qualified.
Yeah, but I can point to several cases across different societies and environments and all that stuff where that's not the case. Wait, hold up a second. Dave Thomas, right? The founder of Wendy's, he was an orphan.
Yeah.
Dude, like by the time, didn't you graduate high school, man?
I totally get that. Some people went from nothing to a lot. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, and now their burgers suck.
Well, I mean that's after the fact though. But I'm saying like him, they put it in place and built this thing. Not saying the people who took it over like are great too.
I don't think Wendy's burgers suck.
Yeah, but it's not kosher though. You're not even supposed to eat it.
No, the only thing you can eat my ass. My ass is kosher.
No, that's gay. That's homosexual.
What's better, shawarma from Reem Shawarma or Wendy's cheeseburger?
I'm a shawarma guy.
Well, I'm not familiar with that thing. So it depends on the shawarma. It depends on where the shawarma is from.
Well, this is really shawarma.
Because they got some shit that's just as processed as Wendy's hamburgers. To be real.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, you can kick them, Anderson.
Why? You don't like me?
Because he's brainwashed himself into thinking he's an actual rabbi when he's just a troll, Jordanian, Greek Orthodox Christian, shawarma cooking, kanafa eating, goat licking motherfucker.
No.
You said Pan-African? Did you say that?
It's like knows I'm a rabbi.
No, you don't got Shemitah yet. You gotta go to Chabad.
Yeah, you ain't got no Shemitah. You got Wasta, but you ain't got no Shemitah.
It's not talking about Shemitah, it's talking about Shemitah.
Shmicha. Rabbi, you just don't got it. You ain't got it.
Okay, Yitzchak, what is Shemitah? Can you tell me what Shemitah is?
Shemitah, isn't it Shemitah?
Shemitah, what is making the land rest, right? You got Shemitah, which
That's
is trade.
right. That's right.
You got trade.
That's right. And you don't harvest because you want the poor people to harvest.
Dr. Australia.
You know there hasn't been one since the first temple. So during the second temple, there was never even one.
No, that's Shemitah years. Yeah,
there was none.
Last year, the one before it. Either last year or the one before it was Shemitah.
Yeah, I mean
what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Whenever there's a Shemitah year, the stock market booms because the Jews don't dump.
No, the stock market.
Dum 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 ski ski ski. Dum 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 ski ski ski.
So don't harvest profit. I'm telling you, the Shemitah year, I keep an eye on the Shemitah year because I don't know what's going to happen to the stock market.
Rabbi, you know, when I was in Jordan, I went to Mount Nebu, and we went to this amazing restaurant up in the mountains and the cliffs.
Sure.
And then you have to let it get moved. Check every Shemitah year and check the stock market how it performs on every Shemitah year.
Jupiter is gonna go in Cancer, so I'm gonna start, making bread.
Jupiter's what?
Oh yeah, I know you're not that esoteric yet.
You're talking about that horoscope shit.
No, it's okay. That's fine. That's fine.
That's a violation of Torah. Can you read Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 15 to 18? Sorry, no. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10 through 14. Can you read that?
Hey, you got them crystals in here too?
What's bad about crystals?
Okay.
What?
Oh my god.
Well, it won't be that for a while.
Wait, guys, look called Bridget?
No, she was like in the background.
Nita, could you remove Doge?
Who is he?
Could you?
Okay. Alright, let's bring him up right there.
Ooh. Damn, Sai, Nita's is humiliating you.
No, it's not Adam.
Do you want me to loud mic my phone like Adam's?
Oh Lord, why you liking him, Uncle? What's wrong?
I like Adams, but Sahi doesn't like me because
What did you do to him?
Well, I'm like a mirror, and when he hears himself and I'm present, it's like it reverberates. It's an uncomfortable feeling for him. I'm a mirror. He's reflecting himself off of me. He doesn't like his reflection.
Is that what it is? That sounds like a whole lot of psychoanalysis, like armchair psychoanalysis, and I'm not sure it qualifies for that, Doge.
Are you projecting?
No, I don't think I am. You're the one that's talking about mirrors and everything, like you're Lacan.
I'm just asking you a question, like, why do you feel uncomfortable when I'm present?
It's mostly just because I don't like being recorded.
Are you recording?
No, I'm actually in a movie theater right now watching a movie, so I'm not recording anything.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I've got like 10 YouTube accounts now of like 15,000 Clubhouse videos, but no one seems to care, so, I mean, it's a huge waste of time, but it's, labor of love. It's an art project. I mean, Sahi, have you ever even seen one of your videos of my recording of you? He's gonna kick me. Yeah, he kicked me. Isn't this a crazy game I'm playing, Dr. Australia? Like, I think it's hilarious. And, the fact that, like, people, this is my reputation, that guy who records people in Clubhouse, like, it's not a great reputation, but, like, compared to the, like, lack of reputation of everybody else, like, at least I have a reputation. That's my thinking behind it.
45 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, see, that's why I said, like, the young bitches, you don't got...
I'm just worried, Dr. Australia, that, like, someday somebody's like, yo, let's go fuck that guy up, And it because they're so crazy and irrational, like, there's no reason to fuck me up, but, like, people be like, we'll get famous for fucking him up or something, because there's all these, like, little internet street beefs of, like, crazy people doing things or something.
Yeah, boy. I said one time, motherfucker, this Indian dude got more comeback than a lot of motherfuckers on Clubhouse. Y'all ain't listen to me.
Thanks for the confirmation, brother.
He was just like a PPR, too.
The sister, barking dogs never bite. No, barking dogs never bite.
Man, follow the house every time, man.
What are you doing?
Yeah, man, follow the house, bro. Follow the house every time.
Welcome back to another episode of Low IQ people talking about nothing on a beautiful Thursday night because they got nothing better to do and they can't figure out what to do with their life. So here we are. We are 100. Only the real Get Back gang, a bunch of players, pimps, and hoes. Let's go! Do-do-do-do-do! None of you motherfuckers know about Freddie Roosevelt and the Roosevelt. All you fake ass gangster wannabe hoes and pimps and players. We are 100.
Everybody say this fake Cat Williams.
Fake Cat Williams.
I used to follow you. Who you with, nigga?
I'm Doge Maga. I'm working for Elon Musk, aka Adrian Dittman. I'm eliminating the fraud, waste, and abuse in the Democrat industrial complex, which all of you African Americans are a victim of. Vote Republican. Turn your states red, my brothers and my sisters. Vote Republican.
Keep looking at it. This boy is a real character. Now I know what's going on. These are. They're looking for new papers. No.
Welcome. Here you talking about welcome.
Political beat. Welcome. These are great ass deep. Welcome.
Hey, radio man. We gonna call him radio man. What you? Radio man, where you come from? You radio sounding something bitch you? Bring it up.
He came from India where the IP man came from. They from India.
Oh, 33. My part 33 from Morocco. Telling you, yeah, dog.
Nigga, that nigga's from a week boy.
My dad is a 33rd degree Mason.
Talk to him 33. Talk to him 33. Yeah, no, that shit. Yeah.
That nigga want to hear Facebook Marketplace and look at all the rooms for rent, okay, in Miami, okay, and send messages to the 5.
Where'd that come from, Rella?
Well, I have no idea. I'd like to see these pictures.
Hello? Love it.
Oh God.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. You're a Doge.
Love it?
Never mind.
Oh man, right to it. That was funny.
It rattles. So, is this evolution?
Yeah, so
no.
So
I'm not gonna do this all night, Dr. Show. I'm gonna bounce out of here.
For example, within your own body, you have lots of inbuilt flexibilities. They're actually part of you, nausea. So, for example, if you were out in the cold, you would react and you get goose pimples. Your capillaries will shrink in order to release less heat.
Goosebumps. I don't know why people say goose pimples. Did I
say good pimples or did I say
goose?
Okay, so I'm speaking faster. Because if you call it fiction provokes me.
No, it's Cameron says goose pimples as well, and I start laughing.
Yes. If you're in the heat, your capillaries will dilate in order to release heat. If you're also in a very sunny climate, your body will actually produce more melanin. They're all inbuilt flexibilities. There are no genetic changes really happening at this stage. So all adaptational skills are already built in your body.
This room's called It's Always That One Weirdo in the Clubhouse Rooms.
This is going crazy with the shenanigans. All the fucking way. So look, okay.
Hello? Who is it that one weird person always in the clown house rooms? Is it you? They kicked me. That was the name of the room. So I'm kind of looking for chillism again. See if I can find them. There they are.
Yeah, the more precise way to put it is what he's saying, which is he wants it to be true.
Correct. Thank you.
I wish y'all just leave this man alone and stop trying to proselytize and force him to be something that you want him to be, and just let him be.
I think
You
God.
believe he's going to hell?
So I appreciate you lying from day one, dog. From day one, I appreciate you. Hey, look, we might be going separate places in your life, but at the end of the day, on this planet, we're kind of the same people, bro.
Hey, you're definitely going to hell.
Yeah, you are the same people.
Yeah, I'm right.
The point I was, and this is why I was kind of like going the way that I was going, is that God, like for me personally, I believe God has a plan for everybody, and He's on His time, not our time. And sometimes people get there at different times, so I don't hold judgment for anybody. Like I think that was a good story, bro. That you just shared, Mike. Appreciate it.
And I
Thanks,
believe.
brother. And congratulations on your son too, bro.
Thank you, my man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I approve of that message, Mike.
Thank you, brother. Take care.
What type of idiot is walking around the hospital with a freaking death and a freaking idiot?
Bro, I swear I had like a Grim Reaper. It wasn't a hospital, it was another place, but it was
Like
just
somebody
weird. It was
showing
just...
up with that on at a funeral or something. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Welcome back to another episode of Chillism, where Andrew's world has merged because he's stupid. So naturally, Chillism and Andrew's stupidity have merged in a super industrial complex of stupidity.
Andrew, you should let Dittman stay. Come on. Andrew, can you tell us what you think the best argument for God's existence is?
Probably tree, therefore God.
Okay, well, maybe could you develop that? Could you develop that a bit more for us? Conditioning. Mental conditioning. Right, Andrew?
A lot of tradition. Awful lot of traditions.
Everything's
Andrew, can you please develop your argument?
It's self-evident. You see a tree, you just know there's
Andrew, you wouldn't be happy. You would get really mad at someone for answering you the same way.
I know, I was mad at.
Yeah, Andrew, come on. What is this?
So bear with me.
Let's apply some equal scales and measures here. Wait, what happened, Andrew? Come on, are we gonna get your sincere?
You will. Just
witness.
Hey, Ethan, I thought Oriental. Hey, Ethan, I thought Oriental was like a slur. So yesterday, when you guys were using the Oriental or Orthodox Church or whatever, I thought you guys were trolling the whole time. Isn't that that's not a slur?
That's what we call ourselves.
The swamp. Okay. So it is a slur or it's not a slur?
There's some people who've used Oriental as a slur, but
Yeah, it's
it
not.
can also be used innocuous.
But it's not politically correct anymore. It's Asian.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, we have
Ethan, I'm gonna leave it to you, bro. You got it. You tell them because they don't.
Yeah, so the Oriental Orthodox Church is distinct from the Eastern Orthodox Church, and Oriental, even to this day, is the standard terminology by which we refer to ourselves. The Oriental, it's like a synonym for East. So the Oriental Church it's in Egypt, it's in Ethiopia, it's in Syria, it's in Armenia, but it's just talking about the Near East.
So the context does matter 100%.
Occidental is contrasted against Oriental historically, and Occidental being that movement of the West, so it's contrasted against the East.
Hey, Ike, how do you know that God doesn't pump your heart every second that it beats?
I would lower that down to physical components, but then again, I'm entirely open to the idea that that I can grant every single thing to a higher top-down position as well.
No, it's not it's the God of this world pumps his heart, which is the devil.
And maybe
you ever hear of Occam's blower?
What's up?
You ever heard of Occam's blower?
Like, instead of top down, you mean the lower, like bottom up?
Like, always prefer more complicated explanations to simple ones.
Yeah, I hate people like that.
Unnecessary complexity is
like 30% of chillism.
Yeah, it is. Maybe 50.
Fucking blower.
Yeah, I didn't want to
What's
disrespect.
30% chillism?
It means you're more educated, I guess.
It's not. It's using 10 words when, or it was not. It's the opposite of using 7 words when 10 words. The opposite of using 10 words when 7 will do. So it's just over talking, over articulating, and just using big words to make it sound smart.
Yeah, so what do you call people that use 50 words and never get to a point?
I mean, I think almost a good illustration.
99% of shows.
A good illustration of this would be someone defining a concept in terms of its opposite, unnecessary.
We call them millet, and we call them ink, and we call them egg.
Yeah, you gotta call it pops. Hey, what do you guys think about
not too much on it, man.
All right, so just real quick. So earlier today, there was a person that was sitting in an area that was not designated for him, and he was asked to leave.
Oh no.
Damn, they kicked me. Was that the setup? Or was he going into Carmelo Anthony? Well, that's the whole show. I can't even, I guess I could find one more Chillism account to get in with. This will be the last Chillism for the day. I know, right? They keep kicking me because the truth is everybody's ashamed of what they're doing. They're like wasting their time here, including myself, but I have no shame, so how does that work? I'm not so sure. Let's see. Is Jesus the Messiah?
Bless your heart, Johnny Bickle.
Yeah, not you. That's because you're a cowboy, Johnny. That's good. That's right.
You know who you remind me of, Johnny? You sound a lot like Sam Elliott.
Praise the Lord Jesus Christ is Master and King of the universe. Praise the Lord Jesus.
What the fuck is this?
He's a troll. Okay, Zach, Republican, you can't give a shit for talking about atheism and religion, and then we're not doing it, and then you're starting it now. Like, so here's the problem.
You want to give me the phone number? Nah, it's alright.
That was great.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day on Clown House our daily dopamine so that we may also create dopamine. Let not the dopamine demon find us, nor we may seek out the dopamine demon.
Amen.
All this I pray in the name of the ultimate dopamine, Jesus Christ. Amen.
When he said all that, all of my furniture levitated. Like, just chill out, okay? Just chill out. I don't think
I'm getting aroused right now. Could you please? Yeah.
Jesus wasn't a couch potato, he was a liberator.
See, he's a troll. He's funny as that.
He was a Terminator. Jesus liked to kill children. He bashed their heads on rocks.
Do you think Jesus ever had a girlfriend?
No, but he for sure had a boyfriend.
Projection!
He gave that boyfriend a good old pickle tickle.
Projection.
Yeah, but that's what I always say about Jesus. Jesus was the mob boss. You better go along. You better go along or there's going to be trouble.
I could say the same thing about you, Wisdom. You're saying, do you think he had a girlfriend? That could be projecting too. You don't know if he was gay or straight.
Pretty sure Jesus was straight, and he was conservative, and he was a hippie though. I think he was a conservative, libertarian, pot smoking philosopher.
Really? Did he even have the hipster haircut and wear Buddy Holly glasses and flannel?
Is that a projection?
And had gauged ears.
All he did is hung out with men.
Exactly.
It's not true. He hung out with prostitutes. He consulted them at the water well.
Yeah, and there were men prostitutes back then.
He went to the female prostitutes just for the sex, right? So maybe.
Blasphemy! Heretic, kick him to the goo!
not an ideology I hold.
I dare you to say Jehovah.
Jehovah.
Blasphemers! Kick them to the go!
Have you guys ever seen the Ricky Gervais take on Noah's Ark? And he does it from a child's book perspective. Oh, it's great if you ever get a chance.
I'm gonna check that out. I love him. I haven't seen it.
It's hilarious.
It's great. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Would it be hard to put a link in the chat so I can open the tab in my browser, Johnny?
Let me do that. I can do that.
I very much
Yes,
appreciate it.
I saw that YouTube clip now.
والله يا أمي بدك
ها؟ ها؟
وبيي كمان.
Okay. What? How many accounts do you have, dude? How many accounts does this?
You hear that? Dr. Prince is like, how many fucking accounts do you have? Well, I got like 6 accounts, but you only have 1 account, Dr. Prince, because you lose 1 account a week because you are spreading terrorism here on the app.
I don't win, I don't collect. And I win 98% of the time because that's how I collect.
Ooh.
You can say that. That's like this. You're gonna have a very hard time. You're gonna have a very hard time demonstrating this. You're not the first person to try to make these claims.
No, I mean Joseph Artwell.
I can't find
Jesus
Chillis
Messiah. These
on
all the claims he puts. Like he has a lot of evidence.
Dr. Australia, do you have a second burner account? Can you go into Chillism and just live stream it into this room? Can you come up on stage and just live stream Chillism in here on your other burner account?
No, I didn't know.
You can also see, yeah, it is.
That'll drive them crazy. And then we need to like have another burner account go in and drop the link and be like, admin is still streaming the room, and they'll be like, who the fuck is streaming the room? Who the fuck? Which account is it? Which account? We'll drive them crazy. But I need your help, Dr. Australia.
Joe, that's what you're saying.
No, well, I would say no. The Book of Job is is from Hakkam, and it tells a lot of secrets, and it's only of the one opinion right of Amorian, right? Resh Lakish.
Yeah, but we don't even know if
opinion, but then you read like the oldest, it says that his lineage could have been from Esav, so it could have been, Yov could have been a real person, but I don't think it was in the Levant. I think it was more like, maybe North Yemen or something, because it talks about this being.
Fine, that's beautiful. He could have been a real person, but we don't even know that. We don't know if he's a real person or not. We don't know.
I don't. It's not. To me, it's not a big deal because to me, like if Yov is, it could be, because I'm Yeresh Lakish. That's what he said, that it's allegorical. So I mean, I have no issue with that because it's what it teaches, right? It's a lot of truth, a lot of esoteric secrets within.
I just drug a nigga with one word. Porn. What we know, nigga? The fuck? Come on, fuck what a nigga want to say to me right now. Let's go, man. Fuck it.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Low IQ Dumb People wasting their lives on a social audio chat app on a beautiful Thursday night talking about nothing. Free smoke! You kicked me. There was a ton of people in that room. Oh man, it's gotta drive them crazy to just like get roasted like that. Okay, Dr. Australia, I'm gonna end this room. Jump to my other room.
Oh, he's a Sufi though. So
Yeah,
you should get him.
A1 said I have it on live. I mean, hey. That cannot be possible. Hijazi, who's a Sufi.
He's gonna take video ass. Come up, A1.
A1, say it's not true. Bro, say it's not true, bro.
You know what?
It's impossible, bro.
And I know.
I dabble in the soul.
Dabble. That's a double.
Dabble like it's magic.
يا قحطاني شوف لي هذا اللي بالشات ايوه يقول لك حجازي ومتصوف تخيل يعني جداوي متصوف.
I'm sorry, A1. I would normally back you, but you said you were Saddamist. So, and you also تشارك شوية about المغرب and أمير المؤمنين.
I mean, let's be real.
Let's not be real.
Being Islamist is better than being allied with the Zionist entity.
I will never ally with the Zionist entity. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
But I mean, your kingdom is.
Wait, let me bring Yoko in here. Yeah, that's right. Why do I even?
Oh God, no.
Yoko.
Why do I bother going out?
Bring Yoko. I miss her. Wallah. I actually miss her. Wallah, bring her.
Any suggestion that Noha brings, just make sure to do the exact opposite.
No, Yoko's like my bully. No, she's my bully, but I'm like getting attached to her. I kind of like being bullied by her.
And Kindi, you're a fan of Saeed Folder?
He's Ash'ari then.
If he's a fan of Saeed Folder, then he's not gonna think highly.
Wait a second. Rahma. If you want to be on stage,
RJD though.
you have to cover yourself though. You're welcome on stage. Who's the church?
Dang, one of the boys caught a moose. Nice.
Wait, Al-Kimbi, who are you? Speak some. Al-Kimbi. Rahma, change your PTR, you can come on. Who's I'm a jihadi? From what country, sir? Kick who?
This guy, whoever the fuck he is.
From Syria?
This neighbor is not from Syria.
Well, I mean, I can know if he is or isn't. It's not that.
He has an American flag in his bio, bro.
That's fine, he lives in America, just like you.
Yeah,
but are you still away from your phone?
Look at his bio.
You know what Guru told me what he used to do as a kid? You won't believe this shit. He said when he used to be bored at home, nothing to do, he would actually go to the kitchen and count the beans in the bean bag. Chapati, are you good with the jack now? Yeah, you laugh.
Wait. I thought I buy canned beans. How would I be able to?
That Christmas is a special occasion.
So we get bagged beans on Christmas.
Okay, Goo, I want you to be completely transparent right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
How many have you guys, your family, you and your family, right? When you throw barbecues, how many failed attempts at barbecue beans have you had?
Dude, the number is so massive I can't count.
Yemeni, what are you doing? You're not happy about all
Prince, you got control of the room, and I thought you were, give you mod, you're gonna turn it
Horse
up.
jumped off a truck on its way to Florida. A kind woman paid a high price to save it, and
Yeah, we're all falling asleep.
It is an
Your
order
fault.
with which we have nothing to do, particularly.
Think first.
I wanna destroy people's eardrums right now. But I'll play a song if you want.
Patrick Bateman, such a lightweight.
Hey,
Can we talk to the jihad?
Why is Happy like crushing out on the Asharis on beds?
These sucker.
Let's check my PTR.
I don't know, bro.
Like Mullah, I can tell you what.
Have you seen my new business card, Patrick?
Listen,
The paper's called Bone.
Bro, the Asharis.
You don't mention the name Mullah Ammar without saying Allah yarhamah.
Alright, but
That guy looks like
They are Asharis, but friends.
Yeah, he's done it.
They confuse me.
Yeah, Mullah Ammar was a man amongst men.
anyway.
Because I was complaining about Monsieur and Bishop was there. And Bishop was there speaking.
First you grab your gloves and make sure you wearing black on black.
I was literally just bitching about how people use
You could increase your.
No, I'm saying it's abused, like, by men. Like, to pump and dump
Okay.
women.
It's not. You don't get insured for that. I don't know. Hold on, where you get.
No, there's a no, but the thing is with Michelle, there's ikhtilaf on using it today. So the argument against it is the issue of the ability to have it exposed to use.
How does it oppress women when the agreement in this yard has to be between a man and a woman? The woman has
Because
to
of
be
the fact that the people can
Hold on, let me finish. A woman has to be
Jay,
willing-
wait till I'm done. Wait till I'm done. Wait till I'm done. Wait till I'm done. I wasn't finished.
هذا يعرف كل شيء عبده فيش في شيء يعرف كل شيء.
It's always the people. It's always those shubach that are trying to.
There's agreement between a man and a woman. A woman has to be willing and a man has to be.
Yes, I know. I'm not saying it's impermissible. If you actually shut up and wait for me to finish, I'm discussing the issue of ikhtilaf on the matter. Like, what I don't know what it is with people on Clubhouse, men, adult children.
Some say no. Some say yeah. We know that part. I'm telling you what it is. It's an agreement.
I'm saying yes, I know what Michelle is.
So how does it oppress women is what I'm trying to understand.
Okay. Is because of the fact that people will try to use certain loopholes involving it and exploit the loopholes.
So you trying
to the point where in some cases it leads to, okay, dude, okay, are you going to actually let people answer your question? Talking over them while they're answering the question.
Tell me that our women are really stupid and they always fall in the trap, or they're not stupid.
Okay, the reality is that people in general are fucking stupid.
Okay.
And women aren't the exception.
Are you one of the stupid
I've seen
people?
some really stupid women in my life. I've seen them. Like Clubhouse has no shortage of those.
He's right.
He's
I
right.
wasn't taking the position to defend women's rights. I was going over the differences of opinion, and I was explaining them until Jay Zion decided to start talking. Anyway, so when it comes to that, right? That's the argument that they say that it's not available, that it's not allowed today. The ones that say that it is simply because of the fact that it comes from the time of the Sahaba, and the Prophet never forbade it. The Sahaba never forbade it. The Salaf never forbade it. So that's the evidence in support of it. I hold the view that it is halal, by the way. So it's not me speaking against it. It's me being impartial, speaking about the matter for what it is.
Yes, to know how
Not even my own opinion.
how it went silent. What happened?
Oh, yeah. I was just in the side chat.
She's on chat.
Because how could But you gotta understand, Jay, haq is uruqya for Nuha.
Hook.
No. Let me just say something. So I'm not saying in a 50, strict 50 sense. I know it's allowed to some but like I'm saying when it's used,
Which we conceive both may now be really possible, and the one become impossible only at the very moment when the other excludes it by becoming real itself.
Where they're just like the way you have to like sell it to them, it entails an element of dishonesty. Usually the men will make it seem like, oh, like this, we're still together forever, like, oh, we just need to do this for now, like, oh, I can't afford to do this, or like they'll give some kind of reasons, but she expects him to stay, but he normally uses it to like have intercourse with her and then to drop her for like somebody else.
How many people you know that happened to Edna?
Like I've read testimonies online.
I don't care how many people you know personally that have been.
I didn't even know what Musiala was until I went online. Like it's not something that people practice in my community. But when I went online and I started reading up,
How about you live in Europe? You don't need Musiala. You don't need Zawaj Aslan.
I did my like online research and like it turns out a lot of women just end up like not happy because they end up feeling used.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you situations in the United States of America and not in my community. Misyad is actually very, very popular right now, especially for divorcees. Divorcee, in other words, women that have children, or have daughters, or have multiple children in the household. She wants a man, halal. In other words, she wants to have a normal halal husband. At the same time, she does not want to live with him for certain restrictions because of her daughters, or because of her children, or because of the job, or she has her own house, she has her own car, she has her own life. And she has a husband whenever she needs what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had for her. Her and her husband, for somehow, some way, they have their own place, and that's what she does. So I don't believe there's anything wrong with
No, I agree with you.
in certain situations.
I think what I disagree with is when a woman who doesn't want this, and then these men, like some of them are dawah men, they will go over and they will sell them and try to convince them to do this, and convince them that it's what they want, when it's not what they want. And they think that this man is in there with them forever because they actually like love this man, and then he just uses them for sexual gratification and loses them. Look, if the woman herself knows what's in on it, and they both like are completely honest and transparent about what this is gonna entail, obviously I think it's actually a really good thing. Oh, he's literally on call. Because then like it's like a way to like not have intercourse of like casual sex with randoms and to prevent zina. But yeah, it's wrong when it entails deceiving a woman who doesn't want to be in this, so that you can like just have sex with her. That's what I was talking about.
Hey, hi, Naveed.
Oh, hi, Prince. How are you?
How are you doing? You good?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
So, Nabil, what do you think of Monsieur?
What do I think of Monsieur? It's basically prostitution with extra steps.
Yeah? What else?
It's stupid and retarded.
Those fuck up.
How is it prostitution? That's like more like mutar, to be honest. Because like with Monsieur, you don't even have to like pay her. Like,
I said with extra steps. I didn't say that it's just plainly prostitution.
No, but prostitution means paying.
I guess marriage is prostitution with extra steps to you too.
Okay, fine. It's cheating with extra steps.
No, it could be. It really isn't. And quite frankly, the opinion of a Masihi Ashuri on this matter is like
That's what I think of it. I wasn't the one after
anybody who asks your opinion on the matter is a donkey. That deserves to be flogged under their house.
Prince, you're the
You know what? I feel like saying something edgy. I feel like saying something super edgy to know, but I'm not going to.
No, say it. Do it. It's fine. Go ahead.
But no, maybe it's not up here. Never mind. Because Nabil would have gotten it. I was gonna mention something about. You being sent off to Simcoe instead of Nabil. It's a genocide reference.
Because we love those.
My country never ended the genocide. My leaders were pragmatic and we were able to avoid it.
I mean, you guys enslaved free blacks. I mean, there's that.
Sorry, wait, Simcoe, are you talking about the same man who ran away from Athapachtrots and every battle?
Yeah, Simcoe Shikak, and likes of Bedr Khan Shikak. But even in terms of that retreat, right? It was like you guys had the help of the British.
And they had the help of the
You guys didn't.
We did it by ourselves. You think we only did it with the British? What about Muslim John? Yes, we did.
And at the end of the day, you guys still cry about Simcoe. You guys still cry about Simcoe and about the keep busting the cheeks. Keep busting the short cheeks.
Oh my God! He literally dressed up in a hijab. All of it did not even say it. It just took a bunch of material. Your own Kurdish sources say that what
Let's see what, there's over 20 million Kurds.
I don't care if it's 1 million.
You're still getting you guys are self-hating Chaldeans. You guys are literally self-hating Chaldeans. You sucked up, hold on, you guys sucked up to the British in exchange for being paid for 7,000 British pounds. 7,000 British pounds. You sold your identities. You guys said, oh, we're going to be Assyrians now, we're not Chaldeans.
نبيل انت بتاكله؟ والله قسما نفسي اقول له زبي بس بخاف اني اقول له زبي ينمحل.
I got APK on the homies, bro. You can try. APK on the homies, bro. You sleeping with roaches on the homies, bro. You look like a pet dog. Homies, bro. You look like an armor investor. APK with your dead. Honey's looking at bitch.
No, nothing ready to follow up.
I don't know why Central keep trying me. Like,
No, it's all commodity Atlantic, bro.
But I know, like, I have good pussy, but it can go around to everybody. No shame.
Like sexualized or feminized black men. He doesn't like.
Mom, let me tell you something. When you eat them niggas' ass, that's you sexualizing and feminizing the when you eat that dick, that fat tongue, up your whole mouth. That is you. And that's what you do. That is you sexualizing them. Okay? Okay, now? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Such a gay ass nigga. What the fuck? You as weird as he is. 30 years nigga. This is not true. What is this shit? Such a gay ass up, bitch. Gay ass nigga talking about niggas ass. Yes, girl. Tell me how you really hate me. Tell me how you really be throwing shade towards me, bitch. Tell me. Yes. Let the world know, girl.
Who these ugly ass hoes you got, Drew? Drew got them ugly bitches on stage. Drew always got them ugly bitches. It's a fact. Yeah, Drew be out here with Trent.
Hey, because your mama ugly, bitch. Your mama ugly, her 27-piece, bitch. Your mother is ugly. I'm sick and tired of y'all black men over here trying to have a preference of women when y'all mama will look like a motherfucking ham hock with a 27-piece tranny. Nigga, I'm a man, nigga. I'm a motherfucking man, bitch. What the fuck are you? You a pussy ass motherfucking nigga. You a fat ass motherfucking mama laying on bitch ass motherfucking couch with her diabetic motherfucking neck. Bitch shaped like a motherfucking ham hock. Bitch shaped like a turkey, bitch. Pussy and motherfucking clip. Dragging through the whole motherfucking shit. Girl, everybody shut the fuck up like I said it became, bitch. I'm the dead homies, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. And now, bitch, you doctor now, bitch, talking shit in the motherfucking goo, bitch. Girl, keep talking shit.
Get the trannies off stage, Drew. I got more connections to my man. Get the trannies off stage, bro.
It's okay, myself.
Get the trannies off stage. Kevin, them Drew ain't fucking them nigga bitches. Drew be at, that's why Easy be talking hands in my face. Y'all ever seen Easy face without the filters?
I came in because I saw that an American citizen is being held by ICE.
Here we go. Pathetic Daniel.
I have half my life I've spent in the States. I have a nonprofit I founded in Texas. I have a for-profit in Wyoming. My son's American. My brother's American. I couldn't be as close to American without being one as anybody could.
But
and I've asked people before this election took place. Ask people if they know whether the Constitution of the United States applies to human beings or only those who hold a passport. And of course, nobody can really answer this question because if you ask an actual lawyer, they would tell you it's persons, not citizens.
Love you too.
Applies to.
Love you
So
too.
it's like shocking. Fuck. When
Love,
you
love,
have
love.
ICE holding. I mean, I could see them having the wrong email address and sending it out to American citizens, telling them to deport. Like I try to give them every break I can. But the fact of the matter is, if you've never crossed the border as a non-citizen, you'll know that the rights of people at the border itself, including U.S. citizens, by the way, is non-existent. Those border guards can do whatever the fuck they want, and they'll never be held liable. I promise you that's true. But once you get inside, whether you're there legally or illegally, you're a human being and you're covered by a certain Bill of Rights and a Constitution. We shouldn't have to wait to be shocked that it's done to an American citizen. Any human being that is not given due process is a harm to the country that speaks for it. Not whether it's a harm to the individual prisoner, but I can tell you right now, we're going to be seeing movies in about 5-6 years, and we're going to find out that those people in El Salvador, like 300 or 400 of them, of the 500 that they took on mass or whatever that number was, had no criminal record at all. Promise you, we're going to find that out.
We already know that, and I can tell you you're right, because I used to be a Border Patrol agent, and let me tell you, she had no problem flouting her authority. Oh, she was very proud of her. I used to say she was a power-hungry megalomaniac, and she would be like, oh, absolutely, I know it.
Yeah, it's just hard to imagine if you're not close to that or you've never traveled across the border. I mean, even in good times, that was always true. And now, like, there was a Canadian who had been, you probably already heard this story, I guess, of the Canadian actress who already previously had a work permit, came in the exact same way she did before, with her lawyer the same way before, and she crossed in San Diego.
This room is by PhD, the great guy, this big fat piece of shit.
Like a Canadian who'd already previously been accepted in it. No, it's not like you discovered a crime about her or something.
That's Amari.
Just like it's totally at their
Bunch of Democrats.
These guys at the border, I'm telling you.
Trump posted on his either True Social or the X app that people with dual citizenship were going to be getting deported. It's not a secret. He's not about just the illegals. He's going after, just like you say.
I didn't hear that he said that, Kareem.
I have to post. I'm gonna try to post it. Yeah, he posted it.
Was that like tonight or sometime back?
No, that was like 3 weeks ago. I screenshotted it. Yes, people are gonna be deported. You could Google it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Okay, on that one.
By the way, are you familiar with the actual vote, like what actually happened during the voting process?
Well, so, I mean, my conclusion with the voting thing is that it didn't 2 votes. were
You
not
are,
needed.
no,
No,
you are
you
A1,
had 31
A1.
votes.
Who is the rightful
You
king
were
of up
above
to the
the
47?
2/3
I'd
or
like to know
whatever
the
the number was that
I
was
don't
needed
give
to
a
vote.
shit what either one of you respond.
Do you remember what my argument was?
Okay, so what?
Yeah, I mean,
what's
you didn't.
He's like,
I do remember your argument, but I think you were kept not responding to the thing of, hey, mathematically, this 31 is 2/3. Like, you kept not.
No, I said that. I submitted that early on. But what was my actually argument? Because I didn't actually bring the number up. He did. Do you remember what my argument was?
I mean, you were saying that you could read sources that said that 33 was needed, but I didn't see a deeper them saying why, if 31 counts as 2/3, why 33 was needed.
Hey,
You
Dr.
did give sources,
Julian.
people saying that, but they didn't give
Our gay
justification
terrorist
for that.
has arrived. Hi,
So
Julian.
my actual
Don't shoot up any
argument
schools
was
or
that
anything now, Julian.
at the time,
Don't suck any
they
dicks
said,
this
because I was
weekend,
telling
Julian.
you were making your
Don't
case,
stick
your
your
whole
dick in
entire point was
anybody's
that
house. It's not a
black
projection.
people should be more
Don't kill
thankful to
any
Jews.
United
That was your
Healthcare
case.
workers,
That's what
Julian.
you said.
It's not
You were
cool to
talking about
kill
in the civil
people.
rights era why black people should be
Oh,
more
hi,
thankful to
Grace.
Jews now. And you were talking
And
about
I'm
Kanye
incorporating
West,
Julian
talking
into my
about
show now. It's
Louis
my new
Farrakhan,
stage
and you
character.
were
It's
saying
called
these
the
are examples of
Julian.
black people not being thankful. You
Everything
remember
I
that?
say is like the way Julian
Yeah.
says
And then my
it.
response to you was, wait, hold on.
What do you think about it,
Jewish
Julian?
people should be more thankful to black people. And then one of the
Oh, hi,
things I talked
Bima.
about
Welcome
was
to
the fact that
Chillism, the mind virus. You're a part of it.
2 black nations
You're a part of the virus,
time
Bima. You propagate the
voted
virus.
to make you guys
So they
a
kick you
state.
and then you just leave and you're like,
Right?
fuck all you
And then
motherfuckers.
you
You're all
partition.
idiots. And you leave and you're like, wait a minute.
And they were the last
They're
ones to
stupid
do
or
that.
am I stupid? I
And
can't
you
even tell
guys
anymore.
at the time, Jewish people at the time, felt like they were needed. That without them, they wouldn't get this passed. This is what Jewish
Tali and Nathan are brain
That was
dead
my argument.
retards, just FYI.
And when he
Nathan
recorded
is
that,
actually
wait,
has like the
wait, hold on.
intelligence of an 8th
And
grader. I don't know if you know that, but
I
he actually has brain
want
damage.
to actually read this together. Because we don't
Because he
even have
thinks
to
gender is a social construct. That's how
debate
stupid he
about it.
is.
Like, I want you to check this thing. I just put a link at the
Nah,
top.
nah, nah, nah. Gender is a social construct.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I want you to do, right? Click that link at the top. And then scroll. It's like a long read, but hold on. Scroll all the way down. Hold on. Let's scroll all the way down. That's my board. Choose first person. Hold on. Keep once ready post. Hold on. Let's see first person facts. Plus, it's like at the very bottom almost.
I think I found it. But can you hear me right now?
Hold on, almost at the very bottom. There's a.
Bye, Bima. Hope you have a great evening. Go to the gym, read a book.
Hold on, doing the climatic. It's a very long section.
Wait, can you hear me right now or no?
Yeah, I can hear you. What you say?
Yeah, I found it. So it's if you control F for parliamentary procedures, you'll.
Oh no! That wasn't the part I wanted you to read.
Fucking like YouTube, bro.
What I wanted you to read was hold on. Next 3 hours. Hold on. God damn. This guy.
Always do the right thing, Julian. Never hurt anybody. Just be nice. You're a pretty nice person, so I don't think you're gonna kill anybody. But you know, I'm just saying, be careful. Don't get angry, Julian. It'll ruin your life. Don't be angry. Be happy. Be a peaceful person. Just spread joy. Don't stick any knives in anybody's football players' hearts.
4 countries were the target. Like control F for that.
And if you ever meet Mangione and like you think you're attracted to him, just know that he's a murderer and like you're a good person.
There's a section. It's like almost all it is. Obviously, it's a long article. So there's a section. I'll read it out loud. Here's what it says. It says President Truman, pressured not just by Zionists but by colleagues in Congress, signaled Niles that he would not mind having a little American influence exerted where it might do some good. Here's what he said. 4 countries were the target of the most intense pressure over Thanksgiving holiday. So I'm pretty sure you know they delayed it from the 26th to the 29th, this Thanksgiving holiday. It said 4 countries were the target of the most intense pressure over the Thanksgiving holiday. Haiti, Philippines, Liberia, and Greece had all announced opposition to partition on Wednesday. Each of them was susceptible in one way or another to American influence. If just 3 could be persuaded to change their votes and everything else held firm, partition would carry. So this is what I was referring to. So are you familiar with this?
No, I mean, I'm not that familiar with this, right?
Yeah, so this is what I was referring to at the time. Their politic was there. We need these countries. We need at least 3 out of 4 of these. And if you know anything, Greece didn't vote. They didn't vote you guys in favor. They voted against. So they were saying they needed these 3. This is what I said in the room. And what your boy was trying to say is it's not true.
Right.
That was the contention.
Yeah. I'm not tracking, Al. Could you summarize this? What are you saying?
At the time, especially what the New York Times just said, they needed 3 out of 4 of those for the partition plan to pass.
When you say they needed 3, who?
Well, just look at the article. Yeah, just read the article. That's why I read it.
I read the article, but you're trying to bring our attention to something. Can you summarize your point?
Exactly what the article just said. That at the time they needed 3 out of 4 of those countries for the partition plan to pass.
And what? They didn't get the partition plan they wanted?
No, they did. I'm talking about the UN Resolution 181.
Right. Okay. So what's the point? That they needed 3 countries?
Yeah. And what Mark was disagreeing. He was saying they didn't need these countries. That was the debate that we were having.
Okay. And you're saying that this article asserts that they did in fact need the approval of 3 countries in order to engage in the partition plan?
Well, they needed 33 countries. What I was trying to explain to him was that these were the last countries.
And what exactly is the import of this debate you had with someone a while ago?
Well, it was with Sam. Well, okay, so, all right. We was in Sam's room, all right? And we were talking about different things that, it makes sense. Me and you have talked about this. I don't even know what we're talking about. I've been in your rooms and we talked about this before, so this isn't the first time I said this.
I've never discussed a New York Times article from 19.
Oh, it wasn't a New York Times article. It was a particular topic, though.
I know.
Hold on, just Ms. Ed, relax. Keep talking over.
I'm relaxed. Don't know what you're trying to say.
Okay, very simply, Jewish people often talk about what they did for black people. They never talk about what black people did for Jewish people. Simple.
Okay, and you're saying that the black people did something very useful here, and the Jews don't have gratitude for it?
Yeah, I'm saying, generally speaking, when you talk to Jewish people, they talk to you all the time about what they did for black people. They never talk about what black people did for them. Yeah, it's a very common thing.
And you're saying this article is evidence of what black people did for Jews? Wouldn't it just be evidence of a few countries and how they helped the Jewish state?
Yeah, they were black countries, yes. Without the help of these black countries, you don't get your state. That's the point.
No, I mean, listen, strictly speaking, it would be fair to say you owe gratitude to the state of Liberia, maybe even all Liberians, but not all black people.
Oh, well, no. Well, I don't owe all Jewish people. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? That black people don't owe all Jewish people.
No, exactly.
Well, hold on, McZed, it's the same conversation. So
you wouldn't owe anything.
No, McZed, you're losing the thread. I'm not. What I'm saying is very simple.
The whole time I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, what I'm saying is very simple. I am not saying Jewish people need to thank every black person in the world. I am saying that the conversation that is generally happening in this conversation is, hey, Jewish people. But there is never a Jewish people or black people. That's what I'm saying. And if your argument is that, hey, they don't owe black people, they only owe those countries, fine, then we don't owe Jewish people either. We just owe those Jewish people that helped.
This is why it would help if you let me finish. I would say it would be a mistake for black people, for a Syrian Jew, to say that African Americans owe them when they were not a part of any of the civil rights march. The Hakar Shatov, or the gratitude that I would think African Americans owe the Jewish community, are to the American Jewish community that helped them in the civil rights movement. If the Jews didn't help the Africans in England gain civil rights, then they don't owe them jack shit. Why would they?
Fine, then have that part of the conversation, because I was in a room with you with an Australian Jew who literally sat on stage and talked about how black people owed Jewish people, and you didn't come off your mic and say, hey, wait a minute, you're an Australian Jew, black people don't owe you. You didn't say that. But now you want to come up on the stage and make this type of delineation. Why are you doing it now?
Yes,
why are you doing this?
At this point, you're grasping at trying.
No. This is not grasping. It's what happened.
Let me finish the sentence. You're so afraid because I said grasping.
Afraid. Okay, go ahead.
Clearly, as soon as I said grasping, you jumped up. You're grasping at accusing me of a failure to act against
black people owe Jewish people. Big thank you.
That's a stretch. Come on, right? We're Americans. We're talking. We have helped each other in our community. We can acknowledge that an Australian is a moron. But like to accuse me.
Oh, hold on, you didn't then though.
What?
You didn't then.
I didn't end my sentence. I know you interrupted again.
Oh yeah, just answer this question then. Why didn't you correct him when he said that?
Calm down. So
why didn't you correct him when he said that?
Well, like I know exactly who you're talking about because there's like only one Jewish Australian guy, or like two or three, and I haven't talked to them in like a year. So you're clearly like dredging up ancient history. So the basic answer is I have no fucking clue. I might not have even been at the phone, which is why I think you're grasping. You're saying like I didn't object. What the fuck do you know?
Like, dude, you was in the room and we was having a conversation.
Yeah, I was in a room. You were in a room. I saw you. You sat idly by while shit happened. What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Mixed, now you keep talking over me. Okay, so Mixed, it's very simple, dude. Every single time, you're literally committing the exact thing I'm telling you. Like, literally, this is happening in real time. So when it was Jewish people that need to be corrected, you don't do any type of correction. When it's black people, all of a sudden you got all these different corrections for the black people. And this is the problem. So when this Jewish guy, it's not even just him, it's also the other guy that's part of the IDF. He was in the room, it was him, it was the other guy. This is a very common talking point. That dude was born in Israel. The other dude was born in Israel. This is a common thing where Jewish people say, black people owe Jewish people. This is a common thing. And I never hear you say, wait, hold on. Black people don't owe you guys anything. You're from Australia and you're from Israel. I never hear you say that. You agree with them.
All right, so now I want to say a couple things. One is the blacks that helped the Jews in World War II. Thanks,
one or two things?
What?
You said one or two things. That's what you just said.
Al, I stayed silent.
Just go up for a second.
All right, I'm just gonna finish talking because it's very easy to understand what I'm saying. Thank you for the black people. Thank you to the black people for helping in World War II. I think it's nice that Haiti. What was the other black country? Was it Liberia?
Liberia.
Yeah, I appreciate them voting for Israel. Though I think you are factually mistaken about it needing to be 33. I still think you're wrong.
No, that's not the state. I told you what the statement was already.
But yes, they did vote for Israel, and I appreciate they voted for Israel, and that's nice. The thing that when I say, hey, I want black people to be more grateful, it's not that I'm asking black people grovel on your knees for be so thankful. It's more like, why are you literally saying the most hateful Hitler-fueled shit to me when like my people have been nice to you? Like, what the fuck is that?
The level.
It's a perfect example. What do you mean by the perfect example? Asking for common decency to a person that you've treated well is very different from asking for groveling.
No, Sam, you just said, why are black people treating Jewish people this way when your people have treated us this way? And so this is another prime example, because you're not acknowledging all the Jewish people that treated black people poorly. What are you talking about?
You think that on the net, the Jews have mistreated American Jews have mistreated blacks more than they've helped American blacks?
Do you think on net that black people have mistreated Jews?
No, that's the whole point.
So what are we doing here?
Well, the point is, it's very reasonable to say, if American Jews have helped American blacks on net, why are there American blacks that are spewing the most hate-filled nonsense in the world?
Then why are there American Jews that are spitting the most hate-filled stuff?
Dr. Nick, welcome back to another exciting episode of How to Waste Your Time and Waste Your Life real time on live stream, listening to stupid people talk about nothing, picking their nose, picking their booty hole. Welcome, Dr. Scott. Oh, my friend, Dr. Scott is here. Hey, Dr. Scott.
Listen. Blacks and whites fight each other and kill each other. Niggas just keep killing each other, pussy niggas. We don't care about blacks, nigga. We don't care about Jews.
You want to come up?
Oh, this room is ass. The Mongolian, this is like a rape butthole. This is absolute ass. Y'all are in here copping a plea for... Hold on, let me screenshot this so everybody knows these two were building after they got, freaked out over.
What up, Dr. Scott? Welcome to Palestinian Terrorists on Clown House, where we've been recording Dr. Prince and his troupe of terrorist vagabonds as they
maraud across the social audio landscape and cause terror in real time.
Do you know what's been terrorized of late?
Your taint?
My taint.
This man has a taint fetish. What's the deal with you and your taint, Scott? When was the last time you had a pretty girl even sniff it? It's been a while, I bet.
You're an incel? That might be. You're an incel? You don't... Yeah, okay. Am I coming in? Let me know. I'll repeat. You're an unsexed, racist weirdo, and you think because you're Jewish and people who are Jewish that are nothing like you
Damn,
also
Sam's
are
getting
not
packed
racist,
up.
that we should be thinking all Jews. That's very clear here. The Jewish people are
They've kicked me from like 5 chillism account rooms today, and they have a do not kick, no mod policy, basically.
what the people you think I should be grateful for did. So that's what it is. I
Oh, I
let
can
the
hear
two,
it fine.
I let the black and white, I let these film negative incels build with each other. You know, the film
Is your
negative
taint
incels.
being vibrant?
Black and white versions of the same fucking weirdo, and y'all can keep cooking.
Totally helpful.
That was all in this, damn.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they sound like it was at Al, there's a reason, because they're literally film negatives of each other. But at least Al pretended to be anti-Israel for like 5 seconds and then became pro-genocide. But these people suck. These people suck. You just said black people should be grateful to people you're not even related to, because what? What? You think the majority of Jews were for the civil rights movement? We're not anti-Semites.
Scott, I'm sitting here listening to Dr. Sam get packed up by this ultra-black nationalist. Lucifer is in the room. Lucifer, you know, you are quite a flip-flopper. Sometimes you surprise me, other times you scare me. I don't know. I mean, I know you're crazy, but I don't know. Some of your you got bad takes on some takes. But I would expect the devil to actually have bad takes. But see, you would think, if you're so smart, and you're the devil, you would have bad takes intentionally. And actually, you'd just be very conservative.
That's your opinion. I'm a Lucifer fan, by the way. I'm a huge fan of Lucifer. No, I just want to talk to hey, Scott. Who are you to judge me, Adrian? Are you God?
Is that the title to like your latest EDM song or something? Are you